Welcome to the California Placement Association's monthly webinar. We have our state conference coming up in the spring in March 1st down in beautiful Palm Springs. We are still looking for people to present. If you would like to be a presenter at our state conference, if you're an expert in your field, we'd love to have you speak. We won't even charge you to speak. How does that sound? You can come speak for free. So yeah, we don't charge. But we'll talk more about the state conference later. And you can go to our website, calplacement.org, to learn more about attending the conference as an attendee, or if you wanted to put in a proposal as well. I'm excited today. I'm looking at other board members here. I see myself. My name is Greg Friedman. I'm with Merced County Office of Education. I'm a job developer and training technician. We have Jackie Kennedy Harris, career coach, is with us out of the Fresno area. And I'm super excited about having Rosalinda Rivas with us today, a Cal Placement Association member. She's the Apprenticeship Director for Moreno Valley College, and she's going to present today because it's National Apprenticeship Week. Super excited to have you here. You've presented our state conference numerous times and a couple webinars, and you're a great personal friend. Excited to see you. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can get started.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so very much. Let me see if I can, let me get my PowerPoint up, and why is it not? Let's see if I usually get a screen one, screen two, so I'm not sure why it's not showing up this way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to ask for some feedback. Can everybody see the slide? And I need to ask, is it the whole slide or is it the one that's side by side?
Side by side. We can see your next slide.
Okay, so I think what it's doing is, of course, right, we're going to have technical difficulties. Well, Greg, I may have you share my PowerPoint. Is great. Thank you. See great collaboration, teamwork. Well, in the meantime, hi, everybody. I'm Rosalinda Rivas. I am the Apprenticeship Director at Moreno Valley College. I also serve as a volunteer board member with the California Placement Association. This is a phenomenal organization. It's a nonprofit, and we are having our state conference coming up, and I was a former president of this organization. Now I'm past president this year, was able to pass the torch on to Christina Lee. And then all our fabulous board members here all work collectively to bring these webinars to all of you here throughout the state of California, and even some individuals outside of California. And we also work to do we work collaboratively to work on our state conference, which is coming up. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate us tag teaming together as we do this. I want to thank everyone for being patient as we were having our technology glitches. So what I'm going to cover today is California Registered Apprenticeship careers and opportunities that are available for employers as well as job seekers. So we're going to look at some basic high overview information and how we can learn what an apprenticeship program is, the benefits of an apprenticeship program for a company if you're an employer or an HR. I know we have several HR representatives here and staffing agencies here, so it's great that you're here to have this conversation during National Apprenticeship Week as it pertains to opportunities and benefits for companies, but also for job seekers or individuals that are looking to explore apprenticeship programs or just learn what is an apprenticeship program, what does it entail. And so we're going to do that. On the left-hand side, I just want to give you and share some logos with you. We have National Apprenticeship Week, which happens to be this week, November 14th through the 20th. We have the Apprenticeship Ambassador logo, which about 100 individual colleges or organizations throughout America, throughout the nation, were selected to be an apprenticeship ambassador. I'm proud to say that Moreno Valley College was one of them. Yay, 2 thumbs up for that. We work with the Department of Apprenticeship Standards, which is also referred to as DAS. So when you hear me speak about DAS, we're talking about the Division of Apprenticeship Standards with the state of California. We also have the round logo, which looks, and it says Department of Labor. That's our federal registered apprenticeship programs that get registered there. We have in the state of California through our Foundation for Foundation of California Community Colleges, Grow Apprenticeship California, which is working together with the Foundation Office as we're looking to build, support, and fund apprenticeship in the state to support the initiative that Governor Newsom has. And then we have that one that says Apprenticeship USA. That is the place to go to if you're interested in learning more on the federal side of about apprenticeship programs. So let's look at our agenda. I'm going to go over what is a registered apprenticeship program. what are some of those apprenticeship opportunities, those career pathways for individuals and job seekers, and then the benefits for business partners in regards to why would I want to do a registered apprenticeship program versus just staying and mentoring within my own organization. And then we're going to talk about some resources to create a registered apprenticeship program if that's something that you're interested in exploring, or you want to kind of share with your organization or your company. So we'll talk about some funding support services that are there. And I just want to thank California Placement Association for allowing me to have this opportunity during National Apprenticeship Week to be able to share some information. Go ahead, Greg, if you can change the page. So really quick, let's go over, what is a registered apprenticeship? And by definition, just to kind of give you a little brief highlight, apprenticeship combines paid on-the-job training with classroom instructions to prepare workers in a highly skilled area. So what does that basically mean? It means an individual gets some learning experience at the college or the organization, which is the leading education agency. It's usually a college, university, or it could be like a UC. It's also a combination where they're working and they're gaining skills on the job, getting mentored. And so together, it's really about gaining skills in the workplace, gaining skills educationally, and earning some certificates, certifications, or degrees. I am willing to share this PowerPoint presentation. I want to share with all of you that there are a lot of links. So if you look at all the icons, there's links to it on the apprenticeship program there. If you can, and this is where I was going to go back and forth, Greg, so I don't know if you're going to be able to do this. Can you click on the link that's there, please? Oh, it's took you to the next page. It should give you, maybe click right on the icon where it says apprenticeship programs.
You know what? Because it's a PowerPoint, it may not let me right here.
They were, it was embedded. Oh, you know what? You may have to like
I'm
push
screen
escape.
sharing.
If you push escape, then then click on it. It'll allow you to go into the hyperlink. Sorry.
Here, no. Oh, you know what? I'm in PowerPoint. It's a PowerPoint. It's not letting me.
Okay, on my side, they were embedded where I was able to click and go. Okay, so it's all right. We will improvise here. So when you get the PowerPoint, you can click on it. It'll show you all the apprenticeship programs that are available and how to select through. And so you'll be able to get more information on that. Go ahead and click on the next one, Greg. So, what's going on? Okay, hold on, I'm getting an overlap here. So basically what a registered apprenticeship program is, it's kind of an easy way to look at it here. I like this diagram because it talks about the employer involvement. What I want to say is that first of all and foremost, it's industry led by a company or by industry partners. So it starts off with what is the company's or industry needs. And they come together sharing what their requirements are or some prerequisites of what's expected for them to be able to bring them on board as an apprentice. And so then the colleges or universities or Cal States work together to build this, what we're going to say, core coursework that is required so that they can gain the entry-level position and then be able to upskill. So they work together to create a structured on-the-job training so that there are competencies that are going to be learned while they're on the job. They'll be mentored and they'll get supported services in regards to one-on-one, making sure that those objectives are going to be learned on the job. And then it's also structured because there's also what they call related training and instruction. So this is where we're getting feedback from the supervisors. How are they performing on these competencies that have been identified? The on-the-job hands-on experience, how are they progressing in those areas? As well as how are they progressing in the class in regards to classes, certification, training, and skills that they learn at the campus. So with that, when they've reached certain competencies levels, they're able to do what they call wage progression. So once they hit a certain point, there'll be a salary increase, then another salary increase. And so that's going to be something that is very valuable, not only to, I'm going to say, the apprentice, but for the employers as well, because you get to see the growth and the momentum. And it's a great way to either build your existing workforce to promote within, or to gain a workforce pipeline through apprenticeship where you could bring them in, move them up, and then bring in some more apprentices so that you can constantly have loyalty, retention, and mobility within your company. And these programs are nationally recognized and credentialed by the Department of Labor if it's a federal program, and or with the Department of Apprenticeship Standards. So there are journey certifications that are received at the state and the federal level. And then of course with the colleges, if they're doing like a CTE program, they'll be able to gain a certificate. If they're doing a degree, they can get an AA or a bachelor's degree depending on the registered apprenticeship location and site. And not everybody requires an AS or a bachelor's degree. Some of them are just certifications. And then some other national certifications, if it's like in the IT cybersecurity, it might be something like CompTIA security or CompTIA A+ certification. So there's a combination of credentials and certifications that are combined. If you don't mind changing it, please, Greg. Thank you. The next one is here. This is a good little model that I like because with an apprenticeship program, think of it as the very top is Department of Labor, which is DOL, and the Department of Apprenticeship Standards, which is our state. They work together as overseeing what programs are going to be put in place, what has been going on with the employer, with the leading agency and the intermediary. So they work with either the K through 12, because we have a lot of high school districts that are doing pre-apprenticeship now. They can work with the colleges, universities. It can also be with the County Office of Education. Many County Office of Educations also are part of the leading agencies that are doing the education component. They oversee the employer component, right? What are the competencies that the employer is going to be mentoring, making sure that evaluation progression is going occurring in regards to getting feedback. And then of course the program sponsor or the intermediary are the ones that are doing the record keeping and maintaining the records, and also with assisting with some of the job placement. And so all of us are working together, and DAS and DOL oversees all of that. So this is not something that's done individually. It's something that's done as a group effort, and it is certified and approved by both entities at the state and federal level. Go ahead if you don't mind changing the screen. And I'm going to ask Jackie or Greg if you can, I see some things in the chat, but I'm not able to see what they are. If there's questions that come up at any given time, feel free to ask me or throw it in the chat, and then they'll kind of ask me the questions that as they arise. Don't wait for me to finish speaking. By all means, interrupt me. I'm okay with that. Benefits of apprenticeship programs is that you get to customize the training. So if it's with a company, you can have your program customized. So you might want a mid-manager position. And so instead of training within, you can say, you know what, I want to do a project manager. And so we can work together and build an apprenticeship program where we can gain the skills or get the skills that they need to learn, as well as on-the-job training, and then formulate that apprenticeship program. It's an opportunity to enhance employer retention, because if they have the buy-in in regards to doing apprenticeship and they're doing the training and they have mobility to gain additional skills, they're going to be able to move upward and have a career pipeline that's allowing them to move up within the organization. So it's a great way for that retention and loyalty. It's also a great way for them, for companies to find qualified candidates with the basic fundamentals. So they get vetted by the colleges, universities, or through the K through 12 or the County Office of Education, because they're doing, I like to say, we like to wow apprenticeship, right? We like to wow them in apprenticeship. Why? Because WOW is not just wow. It also is, for me, the world of work. We provide them with those pre-apprenticeship, I'm going to say world of work skills, how to do a resume, you know, how to do interviews, how to do an elevator pitch, how to understand the importance to be reliable and show up to work on time or before, not when I get there, and I show up if I want to show up, and understand that even as when you're hired as an apprentice and you're getting paid, you are a real employee. The expectations are real. You're like everybody else. It's not like, well, you know, it's a great day to go to the beach and I'm just going to take the day off. No, it doesn't work that way. So we cover all of that, right? I know it sounds silly, but all those world of work expectations from a company is important. So a lot of the job readiness skills is something that when you're doing an apprenticeship, your partners at the lead agency will work on that. We'll work as an education helping that. So when you're interviewing our candidates for apprenticeship, you have a resume, you have some of the basic fundamentals that you already asked, and then they go from pre-apprenticeship to an apprenticeship program for your qualified workers in this area. It's a great systematic approach to training. So you also save on your training professional dollars. So your training and development funds that you have in a company, you can save on that, because what a great way to have apprenticeship cover the training. All training through apprenticeship is free. The tuition is free. If it's a pre-apprenticeship, there are other means to assist, whether, and I know I'm throwing acronyms, ETP, which is Employment Training Panel funds that the state receives from many companies, or you can be on, candidates can take advantage with the workforce boards. And there's what they call an ETPL list. It's a employer panel training list, which are qualified programs for registered apprentice programs or registered pre-apprenticeship programs, and they can assist with supportive services and some of the tuition as well. So it's a great way to partner up and build off of that. You get the hands-on training when you're there. You, like I mentioned, the employer and the education. It's driven by employers, so your voice matters. Your voice matters because it builds the curriculum. If something needs to be tweaked or changed, you have the opportunity to be in the committee and have a voice and lead that change with us. So we appreciate that. And then, of course, there's credentials and certifications that they receive, as well as the federal and state journey certifications. And it really does improve productivity. It's a really great win-win for companies. So if you haven't thought about doing apprenticeship, just know that you don't have to do all of it internally. You can do your own apprenticeship program within your company, or you can build it in partnership with the colleges or the UCs or the Cal States, and work with an apprenticeship director or an intermediary. Here in the Moreno Valley College area in the Inland Empire District, we have Launch, which is our intermediary, and they work regionally with the different colleges, so they can help you as a company be able to build and branch that out and connect you with the different colleges that can assist you with that. And if you don't mind changing it, please. Here's some other business benefits. As I mentioned, the workforce development boards, they have funding, if you look on the left-hand side, to assist you with recruitment, getting candidates that are eligible for UTPL to get funding for that. OJT stands for on-the-job training. When you hire someone, you as a company can work with your local workforce development boards, or sometimes they're known as workforce centers or the AJC centers, which are America's Job Centers of California. And they have some funding when available, which is usually all the time, OJT. And for every new hire, or when you promote an individual, let's say an apprenticeship program that you're bringing in, you can get 50%, up to 50% of the salary reimbursed for a certain amount of months. So it's a great way for your onboarding and saving costs to build that partnership into apprenticeship. Once your apprentice is moving up and they go into a new position and they have new skills to learn, you could tap into that OJT funding as well. If you're working with your existing workforce and you're building and doing an apprenticeship program and they get hired into another position, then they're eligible for that OJT once again. So there's many ways that the support is there at the state level with the Workforce Development Board, with the OJT funding. Of course, there's mentoring. So if you need assistance in regards to how to do a mentorship program on the job, it's pretty much a lot of what you've already been doing as a company when you're onboarding, getting someone to train and kind of show them what to do. But this becomes a little more structured in regards to what are the competencies. And this is where you want to make sure this are things I want them to learn. And then we make sure that we're working alongside of you to provide that. You in the workplace, us on the development, and not the development, but in the implementation of the educational coursework. Am I talking a little too fast, everybody? Give me some feedback. No, yes, thumbs up. I don't know. I can't tell. I think we're
It's
good.
going
Okay.
great.
Okay. Really quick, also, it's a great way, like I mentioned, to upskill your existing workforce. I mentioned that with retention and loyalty. It's a great way for you, once again, that community and curriculum advisory. The colleges and other organizations, such as the County Office of Educations and the K through 12, have advisory meetings where we can change the curriculum. There are also apprenticeship committee, which are industry-led. So you're there with other industries in that area, and you're able to share best practices and what you want to do and the momentum of supporting the apprenticeship program regionally, or as you're all looking to do the same type of apprentice. Like, let's say you're looking to hire, well, let's just say an IT cybersecurity candidate, an IT entry level, right? All of you can work together to form that, so that now you're getting candidates that all of you need, and you guys are all in alignment. Or it might be a little different, but you're coming to consensus with the basic fundamentals or some core indicators or markers that you're wanting to do. You have that voice and influence. we're here to help you with that. And so the tuition savings certifications I talked about, nothing but benefits for the company. Let's move on to the next slide because I see that we're hitting the 11:22 hour and
So,
we want to make sure I cover all
that's
my
real
slides.
fast. I think, how do we obtain info about launch, such as cost, contact info, etc.?
Oh my goodness, I like the question. So I'll tell you what, let me get you the link to that and I'll drop it into the Dropbox. There is no cost. Well, as of yet, who knows if in the near future anybody starts to charge, but they are an intermediary. They're happy to work with you. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of delighted to share with you that launch here in our region, which is also known as the local apprenticeship uniting a network of colleges and high schools, right? They're going to be, they're currently housed out of the Riverside Community College District serving the Inland Empire, but they are now going to be going to the state. So Charles Henkels, who led launch, is now going to the state of California in January with the foundation office. So if you look at the bottom where it says Foundation for California Community Colleges, you can always check that website. When you get the PowerPoint, the links are all there. So you can kind of do a click and go. And then they're going to be part of that. And they're going to be helping high schools, any organization that's looking to build a network or an apprenticeship program, or what do you need to do? What are the toolkits you can work through them? There are other intermediaries that you can also work, and there's also a list within the foundation office that can assist you in some toolkits in regards to how to start up an apprenticeship program. Great question. Thank you for that. All right, so let's talk about some apprenticeship opportunities for yourself, for your job seekers, for your family members, or somebody else. Ready?
No, so another quick question. So I love people are sharing, giving their own info in the chat. Feel free to throw in info. Somebody wanted to know, is there much of a difference between an internship versus a formal apprenticeship for the student wanting growth? Most students at the CCC completing a CTE program on campus includes hands-on. For a student wanting to get preparation, how should they weigh looking for a formal apprenticeship versus an internship?
I love that question. And a lot of times apprenticeship and internship are used intertwined like this, like it's the same thing, and it really isn't. So an internship is usually paid or unpaid. And I'm going to put my note in here. I don't believe in any free labor. I don't believe in students or anybody not getting paid during internships. The companies have money. There is a huge demand for the workforce, and companies are hurting. So there is funding. And then we have those incentives that the state is offering with the local workforce boards where they can pay for half of that. So I would encourage when you're doing internships to encourage the employers to have, skin in the game and offer salary payments while they're doing it for a short period of time. So an internship is going to be a short duration, a certain amount of hours. It's usually a semester or some type of an agreement of how many hours it is. And it's either paid or unpaid. They gain some of the skills and they can get credit at the college, whether they're doing a work experience or whether they're doing some of the CT placement under some of the other programs. But it's structured in the way that they're just doing the hours and they're doing it in alignment. They gain the hands-on experience, but that's it. So what are some of the benefits of an apprenticeship program is that there are clear competencies that need to be learned on the job. So if somebody is going on an internship, and there's nothing bad with internships, okay? So I don't want to discourage it. I think it's a great way for students to gain access. So yes to internships, whether you're doing paid or unpaid. I just prefer the paid ones, and I know how to negotiate with employers for that. But with apprenticeship, they're going to have to gain the competencies. With apprenticeship, the students don't pay for tuition. It's free. With apprenticeship, they can gain a CTE certificate with the coursework for free. They can gain an AS degree depending on how the apprenticeship program is gained for free. With apprenticeship, companies have skin in the game where they're an employed candidate. So they're working, they're going to school, the tuition is free, and they're learning and gaining skills within the college, within the high school, within the county or Cal States or UCs, wherever they're gaining their education out of. And then you're also gaining skills. So there are wage progressions that are part of apprenticeship. So once they hit certain competencies and skills, they get a salary increase and then a step salary increase. And so that's another difference and a great benefit. When they reach their competencies that's listed, And when they complete the courses, so let's say it's a CTE program where they earn a certificate and they need to take, I'm just going to use 8 classes as a number, right? So when they complete the 8 classes and they've mastered the competencies based on the feedback of what the supervisors are entering, they also get a journey certification from the Department of Labor. They get a journey certification from the state of California if you have them registered under both programs, right? Plus the college certificate, and or plus it could be a degree depending on how it is. And then some of the colleges or some of the employers also will pay for certification. So I'm going to use IT cybersecurity. If they need a national certification like the Network Plus or CompTIA A Plus, in some programs, those are some of the supportive services that are they offer so that they can get a national certification as well. So that's the difference between an internship and an apprenticeship. I hope I made that clear, or it was, and if not, let me know so maybe I can explain it a different way. Did I answer your question in regards to that? Verbal feedback, yes, no?
That I was the one that was asking the question,
Okay,
and
thank you.
you answered beautifully. Both one follow-up question to it.
Yes.
Our CTE programs, you're making it sound like the apprenticeship for us is actually completing the CTE programs depending on what it is in. It's not tied into that certification of you're getting more money just by completing a CTE program. If you're getting an apprenticeship, kind of, and you're learning hands-on the automotive engine building, completing all these classes. So you're trained to go out in the workforce, but it sounds like an apprenticeship, if they had done it with an employer specifically, they're getting additional accreditation.
Yeah, so I think the difference is if it's a registered apprenticeship program versus, I'm going to say, just an apprentice program. So sometimes just an apprentice, and I don't mean to lessen it, but just an apprentice program would be they're gaining some hands-on entry level and they're being mentored, correct? And they're doing the CTE program. So that's really more of an internship that's paid, even though it's
Okay.
an apprentice, because they are gaining the knowledge and the hands-on from an expert in that area. But that's really an internship of apprenticeship, but it's not a registered apprenticeship program. So a registered apprenticeship program is going to be structured where you do have an agreement, the employer signs an agreement, and the apprentice also signs an agreement. So the expectations are very clear of what the role of the employer is. They hire them, they're going to provide mentorship, they'll provide feedback in regards to the competencies of the student. The student understands that they are an employee of the company, that they have skills to do in the workplace and expectations. Plus, these are the courses that they need to complete to gain that CTE certificate. But they can get the certificate and not get the journeyman certification if they don't meet all the competencies. So they might finish the classes, get the college certificate, but the employer says, you know what, they've almost mastered it, but they still need a few more experience and exposure to really master these competencies. And it usually takes about 6 months to about a year or 2 years, depending on your program, of the work experience, which is the apprenticeship when they're working, work-based learning, learn and earn, all those terminologies are utilized. But once they have both, then they're eligible for the certification from the Department of Labor or from the State Department of Apprenticeships. Now, depending on where you register your program, you can do it both. The advantage of doing it with the state of California is that there is a lot of supportive funding that the governor has put in. And so the workforce development boards have initiatives with funding grants that are helping organizations. The California Foundation Office right now has a California innovation grant, apprenticeship innovation grant, up to $1.5 million for planning, implementation, or expansion. The deadline for that is December 16th, and I'm going to show you that information in a little bit. So yeah, but feel free to reach out to me. Greg, if you can put my email in there, feel free to reach out to me, Val. I would be happy to connect with you and answer questions. And yeah, I'm here to help. I'm here to help.
Thank you very much.
Expand apprenticeship. Okay, let's move on. Thank you.
You have time for one more question?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There we go.
Ask.
I was told once that which is Sacramento City College, their HVAC could not have an overlapping / competing apprenticeship with unions in our area. Do you know if this is true?
Very great question. So that is true. So what happens is there are some of what we call the building and not what we call the building and construction trades. If there is already an existing union trade in the industry, you need to do it through them. Now, that is an apprentice program that they offer, right? The HVAC union. You can do a pre-apprenticeship, right? In preparation, you could do a registered pre-apprenticeship program so that you get them trained. You can work with the companies where they're gaining the work experience, or they can complete it. Then you can work with non-union. This is the tricky part, non-union HVAC companies that run independent, that are not part of the union trades. And then tie it in that way where they can work that way after a pre-apprenticeship program. Or you could build your pre-apprenticeship program model where they're gaining those skills, and then you bring in the union HVAC trades to come in so that they hire them. And then now they take the baton. You've done the pre-apprenticeship work, and now they take the baton, and then they employ them. They provide the additional. So you're now going from pre-apprenticeship to apprenticeship. That would be the ideal recommendation I would have for you in regards to that. And that way you can work collaboratively with your HVAC unions. You want to keep the peace. You want to build and expand apprenticeship, and you can still do it through pre-apprenticeship, and there's funding and available. And you can still work with companies that are union and non-union as you're forming opportunities out of your pre-apprenticeship program. Great question. All right, let's move on, please. All right, so really quick, this is a model that I kind of just put together. So like, what do you want to do? Like maybe some job seekers are saying, well, apprenticeship sounds great, but I'm not really sure what I want and what's out there and what's in my area, or do I have to move somewhere, right? So finding an apprenticeship program is the first thing. And then what I want to do in regards to saying that is the link on that box. Let me see. The link on that box guides you to the state of California. Let me see if I can pull it up on this side. I don't see it on this side. I almost want, okay, so how do I want to do this? I almost want to say, can you stop sharing so that I can kind of share the internet, because I really want to show this part, because I think this is important. So let's see if I can share. Yeah, this is weird. I'm not sure why my shared thing is so bizarre on this. Okay, so let me see if I'm able to go through this. So if you just type in DAS apprenticeship, are you able to see the different web pages that are coming up?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So if you want to find a registered apprenticeship program, I'm just going to take you to the homepage and kind of guide you through here. How to become an apprentice. So you go, okay, let me go through here and find out how to become an apprentice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this in the chat box for all of you, because it also says how to start an apprenticeship program here. And over here, it gives you a lot of links, which are fabulous. Look at this here. This is important. And you'll see this on part of my part. These are different funding grants right now that are available. This one, and this one. Okay. So to become an apprentice, they'll click here. It gives them some information and says, okay, I want to find a registered apprenticeship program. Where can I check in the state of California? So where do you check? You go directly to this link here, and I put it in the chat, and you're going to say, I want something, and somebody give me a shout out. What county do we want in the state of California?
Fresno.
San Bernardino.
Okay, so we're going to do Fresno first, then we'll hit San Bernardino. So Fresno, and let's say you want something, or you want to check out all the occupations, because you don't know what you want. Maybe your job seeker doesn't. You can look here and see how it breaks it down. There are 237 registered apprenticeship programs that are within or provide training in the Fresno area. That is a lot, right? So see this right here? Wow, I didn't do this on purpose, but the California Travel Unilateral Apprenticeship Committee with anthropologists, let's say this sounds interesting. I'm going to tell you why that's interesting, because we, Moreno Valley College, just signed our LEA agreement with them to provide anthropologies for the Native Americans here at MVC. So it tells you who to contact. It gives you the phone number, the email, And this is a great way for you to get some information and find out, okay, what are some of the prerequisites? And it kind of shares with you. So then we wanted to do also, somebody mentioned San Bernardino. Is that correct? Is that what I, oh no, where's Riverside? What was it? Which one was
Yes,
it?
correct. San Bernardino County, please.
Yeah, see, I forgot already. All right, let's scroll down to San Bernardino. Here we go. San Bernardino in the house. All right, so let's say you're interested in which industry?
Medical field?
All right, somebody who's interested in the medical field. So let's see, where's medical? Hospitality, everybody, health services, maybe. Let's look at health services and see what's there. All right, so you have different things within the medical industry here, and there are 18 of them. Now, we at Riverside Community College District and the San Bernardino and Riverside, most of us are part of the Launch Apprenticeship Network. So you would click here to see what's on here, and then see Charles. What did I tell you about Charles? Here he is. And he has this registered apprenticeship program that's available, and it gives you more information, how to reach out to him. And then you can also go into that launch website that I shared with you earlier in regards to that. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with all of you. Go ahead, Greg. We're going to go back to you. I know that I have a lot of information because I'm just excited to share data and information and resources with all of you. At the state conference, I'm going to do more in depth, and I'll give you, I'm going to do a workshop that's going to be more in depth where I have a lot more time to share with you, but I definitely want to cover this. So going here, like I said, you find an apprenticeship program, then you would register, contact them, find out how to register into them. You would be able to get your school training. You'll be able to interview and get hired, work-based learning, on the job training, earn and earn, earn and learn, hands-on training with a mentor. So you also are required, okay, here's the thing, a competency based, because of our program sponsors with the state, you need to put in, or the job seeker would need to put in 144 hours of instructional training per year, which means you just can't work full time and not be going to school. You also need to be doing your classroom instruction and stuff, whether you're doing that online, hybrid, or in person. Okay, go ahead and change the page. Yeah, this is interesting. This here is our federal national find an apprenticeship program. So are we ready to look at how do you find an apprenticeship program with the Department of Labor? Are you guys interested in that? I can't hear you. If I'm looking-
Yes, I'd be interested to see you do
Okay.
that. Sure, thank
We
you.
got 20 minutes, plenty of time.
Okay, well, I got a lot of slides, so I don't know.
How many
Go
slides
ahead,
do you need?
allow me to share, Greg, please. Am I moving too fast? If I'm moving too fast, unmute yourself and just say, slow down, Rosalinda. I don't get offended. I know that at times I tend to go a little too fast. So the United States Department of Labor, which is also known as DOL, and actually their Office of Apprenticeship is also abbreviated as OA, just to kind of give you a little bit. So let's see, if you're looking to find, okay, here's the website, but this is training administration. So I want to go into apprenticeship.gov, and I'm going to say, oh, look it, this is why we're doing this today. It's National Apprenticeship Week. It's here, right? Here's some facts. I am a career seeker, so this website link I'm happy to share with all of you today. I am going to put it here in the chat box for all of you because you're probably getting excited about all these links you're going to gather today. And if not, just pretend you are. I'm sure you will. So you'll go here. I'm a job seeker, right? If you're an employer, this is a great way for the employers to start it. Or if I'm an educator and you want to start your own program, there's different things that'll help you. And then there's more information, and there's also a training kit, but I'm not going to get into that part yet. So you would go here, and then this tells you a little bit about, okay, what's going on here? What are some of my opportunities? And so what is an apprenticeship program? Because I'm still not clear. And it just kind of gives an overview that it's a paid training program, which means you're actually hired by a company. You get hired, you end up gaining education, you get certifications, credentials, or certificates. And then these are the whys and how to become. This is the part where I want you to see how to become. This link here, Apprenticeship Job Finder. This job finder is the same one as the state of California, but at the federal level. So this is with the Department of Labor. I just dropped it in the chat box. So to start your career, you would say, oh my gosh, I did not do this on purpose, but it must be on memory. Launch and Moreno Valley. Let's see what they offer. Okay, let's look. So Moreno Valley College, when you look here, I know we don't offer all this. What is this? Oh, these are job openings. Okay, wait a minute. What did I do here? Launch. When is cert? Oh, these are when I'm looking for jobs out here in this
Okay.
area.
Are
Okay.
you looking for a
These are-
job?
These are the job opportunities. Hold on a second. I need to go backwards. I need to do apprenticeship programs up here. I forgot. This is this tab. You want to go to this tab. So now we're going to look for programs. And see here it says launch apprenticeship program in Riverside. Riverside is where our district office is with our CCD and where Launch Network is housed out of temporarily. And so it would say who to contact, and then you would visit the website. Oh, it's going to send an email, I guess. Why can't I visit the website? Okay, I guess it wants you to do that first. Well, it kind of gives you some ideas of what Launch offers, but what will happen is if you click on the Launch, how come it's, oh, maybe they changed it. It used to be when you click on it, it would take you straight to Launch. Okay, let's look up another one. Let's look up, can somebody give me a different part of California that you're in? We had Fresno, we had San Bernardino. I'd like to hear a different county, a different city.
Merced.
Merced. So excited to have so many people throughout the state of California in today's webinar. So thank you all for taking the time to be here today. I appreciate it. There are no sponsors in your area. That's just terrible, right? So let's say you're looking for an apprenticeship program in, let's have a different county.
And
Sacramento.
Sacramento. Okay, that's not true. Something is going on here. No, there are programs out in Sacramento. I know that for sure.
Right.
Okay, so something must be glitching here today. What I'd like to say is maybe it's a user input, right? Maybe it's me, right? Okay. How to become an apprentice. Let's go down here this way. If you first don't succeed, let's try it. Apprenticeship finder.
You might have needed to put in the company instead of just find it. It looked like on that search you were doing before, it was looking for an industry or something.
Okay,
So-
let's try that. Let's do health. Thank you, because I did leave that blank. Ah, teamwork. Thank you. So these are different organizations that are offering apprenticeship programs. So like, let's say there is a prison that has an apprenticeship program. So if you were in jail or know someone in there, you could say, hey, there's a program within your facilities. So here's the California Council of Behavioral Health Agencies. And here would be your contact of the phone number and who to reach out to. So it's in a different format, but it is there. Thank you for telling me that I left this portion blank. Maybe you're looking for something in automotive, right? Automotive. And maybe you're looking for it in Bakersfield, California. Let's see if there's anything in Bakersfield, California for automotive. And look, sure enough, there are several registered apprenticeship programs there. And these say Ontario and Hacienda Heights, which is not near Bakersfield, but it might be that they're here and they might have another training site in that area. But to find out for sure, you would have to reach out to them. And some of these glazers, not sure how that pertains to automotives, and the Carpenters Union is definitely not. So that's an interesting notation to learn about Department of Labor Search. So maybe something's going on with that. I don't know. Let's move on. If you can grab me back to my PowerPoint presentation, please. And when you receive the PowerPoint, when you click on those pictures that are in there on the right-hand side, it should have the links. And I'm going to recheck to make sure that they're embedded again. Okay, so I already mentioned how to look for the ones in California. That was the model. I already showed you that. We'll go ahead and skip over to the next one. Grants. Let's talk about money, right? I want to start a program. I'm interested, but what's available? How do you help me if I'm an employer? How do you help me if I want to start something as an intermediary or as a college, a university, or K through 12? Great question. I'm glad you guys are asking me about money because we need to know about money. So there are different grants for apprenticeships. And so go ahead and go to the next one. Right now, the Department of Industrial Relations has what they called funding sources, right? So they have funding available. So let me see if I could do this. Okay, so I just typed in DIS grant funding, right? So let's just start here. This takes you to the page. Remember I showed you earlier where there's funding available. These are some of the funding. There is a state apprenticeship. These are different awards that have already been granted. Okay, But let's say you were looking to do a state apprenticeship expansion equity grant, you would click on this one. Oh, that's that one. It tells you about it. Here's this one with this funding. You go down here, it'll tell you the guidelines. This one is about to go for public. If you have any questions, to submit them in by the 30th. And so where's my closing date on this one? Apprenticeship Innovation Funding. This one is on December 16th. So this one you can also find for those of you that are in colleges and universities. I put it in the link. I put the link in here. You can go into the Innovation Funding Grant to get more information in regards to how to apply. There are also under apprenticeship. Where's my educators? Okay, so this is the link I just put in the chat box. So this tells you some of the additional links that you can look at in regards to that. If you need to find, it's a great one also here because you can also look on the right-hand side to find an apprenticeship program. These are the shortcuts. This is a big one that's going on right now with the Public Works. If you're in an area or an industry that you're looking to connect with the Public Works, it's a big movement right now. If you want to join the California Apprenticeship Council or the IACO for the non-traditional, find out what the meetings are, when the meetings are, the discussions that are going on at the state level for apprenticeship. That's great. You can always get the newsletter. But these are the funding grants that are available. Let me also show you. Yes. Okay. When all else fails, look for the right logos to post. I'll put this in the chat box for all of you. All of you can always save the chat box. You can have all the links afterwards. So when you're here, what you can do is look through here and you'll see that there's different program services of what they're doing. And I usually just like to do, you can just do CAI. It'll talk about the California Apprenticeship Initiative as an acronym, and it'll give you some more information, but I'm actually trying to find right now. I had it on my other link. The link will be in the PowerPoint and I'll get it out to all of you. When we do the survey, when Jackie sends out the survey, I'll make sure that the links are included on that. I'll put it on one sheet so you can have all the links on that as well. Okay, so yeah, there's funding with the state of California. Go ahead and change it. These are the 3 that are available. There's more with the state of California. And this is the one you want to pay attention to, where it says the California Apprenticeship Initiative on the bottom, that's CANIE. And here, if you want to take a screenshot, you can type it in this way and you'll be able to find the funding grant. If you have NOVA and access to NOVA, it's also there under the CAI NNI, which is new and innovative. So you can apply that way as well and take a look at that. And the deadline for that is December 16th, and you can get up to $1.5 million for each one, which is planning grant, expansion grant, or implementation grants. Okay, go ahead and go to the next page. There's also more money at the federal level. So the federal level is also looking to assist in regards to grants. Go ahead and change the page. And so these are some of the initiatives that are available with the California Workforce Development Board. So Department of Labor, Department of Apprenticeship Standards, our workforce boards, there's funding there as well that they have. On the bottom here where it says the initiatives, these are different areas where they have different funding for our workforce. You can implement some of these fundings and assist with that and add apprenticeship, or just add it to your programs that you already have. So you may want to take a look at those different grants for different funding sources as you build out your programs. Go ahead and change it, please. How to start an apprenticeship program? Great question. Go ahead and change it. There's many types of apprenticeship, which are the building construction trades, which are traditional trades, and then the non-traditional trades, which are like nursing, how to be an accountant, how to be IT cybersecurity, and many more. Go ahead and change it. And these resources are available on the website, as I showed you earlier, how to start and what the steps that are needed to start a program. I want to say that if you reach out to them, go ahead and change the page. You have a representative that'll do a step-by-step to help you at the state and the federal level. The Skills Builder is something that's offered with Department of Labor if you want to create your own apprenticeship program. And this is the website link and page. Go ahead and change it. And then you can find your local representatives here in the state of California for state and federal representatives. Go ahead and change it. And it'll take you to this link here. And as you can see, you see California, there's 3 boxes. The Department of Apprenticeship Standards, I'm going to go, if you look at the first column, the third one, Eric Rude is our chief within the state of California. He is the apprenticeship chief over all the program services, but you can view his contact, but you can also view and find some other local representatives that can assist you on the California. On the other one, Douglas Howell, he is a state representative for the Office of Apprenticeship, which is OA with the Department of Labor. So it gives you that research opportunity to find your state representatives and then get the local ones that'll assist you. Go ahead and change it for apprenticeship programs and they'll help you through the process, or you can connect with an intermediary and they'll help you with that as well. And they'll work with your reps. Resources for all of you is how to find an America's Job Center or your local workforce development board so you can connect and create a partnership with them. Go ahead and change it, please. And then, questions. Okay, with 4 minutes to spare, what additional questions or feedback do you have for me? I would be honored and happy to hear any other comments, suggestions, or questions that you may have that I may be able to answer at this time.
Feel free to unmute yourself and ask away.
Did I go too fast, everybody? Give me some feedback on that.
I think you did an amazing job. We do internships here with our adult ROP CTE classes, and it's always kind of like, what's the difference between apprenticeship and internship? And you have so many resources. I know that's why I enjoy when you present. You don't just like give us information. You're like 50,000 links today, information overload to go through. So I hope everyone's kind of copying them, and then we'll send them out in PowerPoint as well.
Thank you. And then also, as we're doing National Apprenticeship Week, it's just more of an awareness. Feel free to explore. I'm here to help and support all of you, or if I can guide you in a different direction with somebody that can assist you in your area, I'm happy to do so. Can I ask a huge favor? In the chat box, could you just put your name and then your organization and what part of California or out of state you are at? I would love to be able to see where all of you are connecting with us here today. That would be great. Thank you. Can I get a group photo? Can we do a group photo for LinkedIn and take a group shot? I'm going to ask everybody, are you willing to put yourself on video or leave your name on there and I take a group shot and we'll do some thumbs up? How does that sound?
Absolutely. Yes, Christy, this is being recorded. It will be shared on our YouTube channel. You can look for Cal Placement Association on YouTube, and the link will also be on our website, which I just put in there as calplacement.org.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Yeah, we like to share as much information and resources and provide you with the videos so that you can go back to and refer to.
While everyone's turning the cameras on, I hope you join us next month. We're actually having Eric Serrato. He is the head of the Workforce Investment Board up here, and he's going to talk California workforce trends, kind of the end of the year, the calendar year, like where's California coming? We're all kind of back with post-COVID, and where's labor trending and what does he see in the future? He's a great speaker. Really excited to have him just talking about workforce trends. He's from Southern California. He lives in Northern California now. So, but yeah,
Great, thank you. Okay, let's do our photo. I'm going to ask for everyone to give me a thumbs up. And we're going to do this on 3. I always say, okay, let's do dab the shine, fix the hair, fluff it up. Gentlemen, do your dab. We're going to do this on 3. Get yourself centered. Let's get the thumbs up. And 1, 2, and a big smile, everyone. 3. Now, could I get a big shout out for National Apprenticeship Week? And can I hear the word apprenticeship from everybody?
Apprenticeship.
1, 2, 3.
Apprenticeship.
Well, thank you for being here for National Apprenticeship Week and joining in on your valuable time. I know all of you are busy, so I thank you. It's been an honor. And Greg and Jackie and the entire California Placement Association, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be able to speak today, and to all of you throughout the state of California. And I wish everyone well. And if someone's here from out of state, I thank you for being here today. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
And you're
Bye-bye.
welcome to stay if
Thank
you have
you.
more questions. So, but I know we're conscientious of your time. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to stay on and answer questions for those of you that want to stay on. And don't be shy. This is a
Yep.
great time for you to just unmute yourself, have a conversation with all of us.
Learn
Lynn,
about
thank you for
CPA.
sharing that, the travel agency link. I'll take a look at that PDF in a minute.
Hi, my name is Luis Suburbia, and I work with the Merced County Office of Education, and I'm a proud member of California Placement Association.
Hi, my name is Greg Friedman. I work with Merced County Office of Education. I'm a proud member of the CPA Northern Region.
Hi, my name's Denise Crawford, and I work at Bakersfield College, and I'm a proud member of the California Placement Association Central Region.
Hi, I'm Rosalinda Rivas, and I'm a proud member of the California Placement Association.